What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Q&A with DH. Hope you enjoy. Alright, our next question comes from Ian Franks. Ian wanted to ask, your favorite top 5 female vocalists of all time. Okay, there it is. All time. Okay, I want to be very clear. I am not just picking, artists from people I've heard recently. Okay, we're talking all-time favorite female vocalists. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start off with a name that is probably gonna blow a lot of people's minds, and a lot of younger viewers are gonna go, who? I'm gonna start off with the Andrews Sisters. Now, a lot of people right now are going, what? You? Yeah, me. The Andrews Sisters, the reason I'm picking them as my number one is very simply, when they were recording, there was no digital. Everything was either reel to reel, or even going back farther than that, it literally was wax. They would take discs of hot wax, lay it down on a record spinner, and they would spin the record, put the needle on, and they would sing into the vibraphone. Oh, not the vibraphone, what's it called? I forgot what it's called. But anyway, they would sing into that. There were no let's cut and paste. There was no auto-tune. There was no there was no, we'll cut and paste. No. Or overdub. No, there was no overdub. Listen, you had one take, and all of the girls had to get it on one shot. If even one note was out, scrap it, try again. So they had to be on point, and boy, they had some great, memorable vocal performances. Just top notch. So yes, absolutely, they're in my top. Now, next one I'm going to talk about is complete opposite of that. I'm going to talk about Wendy O. Williams of the Plasmatics. Not so much from a singing like melodic standpoint, but she was one of the first female vocalists I ever heard that had a ton of grit in her voice and like a growling voice. Still can sing, but she had a ton of grit and growl and attitude, and more importantly, what a performer. I mean, the Plasmatics were one of those bands that people don't really give enough credit to. This is a band, you see bands, showmanship on stage, lighting things on fire, everything's planned, right? They would do the same thing, but it was never planned. Well, it was planned, but it wasn't taken with like safety into account, I'll give you an example. I forgot the name of the talk show they were on. They were on a late night talk show one time. Tom something, I forgot the last name of the guy. It was the Tom something show. It was on late at night. These guys, the Plasmatics, went on stage. Wendy O. Williams performing with them. They had a car on stage, a wrecked car. They took a stick of dynamite, a dynamite charge, a live dynamite charge, lit it on fire, threw it in the car, and the car literally blew up on stage with a live crowd in front of it. I mean, you talk about taking risks. They would never be able to get away with that today. But they would do stuff like that. It wasn't staged. It wasn't like pre-broken and mechanics pulling the car apart. No, the car would literally blow up. It was fun, it was dangerous, and she was at the head of it all, doing it all herself, doing all of her own stunts. So, gotta give a lot of credit to her as a performer. So absolutely, I love her voice and I love her performances. Another voice, this one's iconic, and I'm sure nobody's really going to disagree with me on this, Ann Wilson of Heart. Her voice is recognizable. I mean, her voice stands out in a crowd. You cannot confuse her with anybody else. Phenomenal range, amazing clarity, and just a great ability to sing on pitch. Not just in studio, but live as well. She's one of those performers that can deliver in studio and live, so kudos to her. Recently discovered on the channel, and I never really even heard of her until recently, but I could see why a lot of people say, you know, her voice is legendary, and I'm inclined to agree with them. Beth Hart, phenomenal blues singer, but not just blues. I mean, like I've said, her voice is curtailed to blues without question. I mean, her voice was made to sing blues, but she can sing more than blues, as we saw when she did her rendition of Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love. She nailed it. She absolutely nailed it right out of the park. So, phenomenal vocalist, great projection, phenomenal power and projection in her voice. And on top of it, she's got some great growl, but she can sing clean too. So, I think I honestly prefer her with the growl though. So, another one. And then lastly, a name I'm going to mention that, again, not too many people know about, and it's a shame because she's a phenomenal vocalist, Doro Pesh of the band Doro. She's a great vocalist, phenomenal vocalist. She can do it all, man. She can sing in a metal style, she can sing in a ballad style, she can sing clean, she can sing dirty, you name it, she can do it, and she does it all well, like really well. She delivers every single time. And she does some great duets, and this is one of the reasons why I'm putting her in there. She does some amazing duets with completely contrasting partners. She did a duet with Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead, and they actually did a Motorhead song called Love Me Forever. Phenomenal duet. I actually prefer the duet over the original, and I don't say that very often. I don't very often say that I like a redo of an original song, but in this case, I prefer the duet. She did another duet with Udo from Accept. Again, knocked it out of the park. Her voice is very complimentary. It never takes away from who she's doing it with, but it adds in compliments to what they have, and it's phenomenal. So, yes, she is up there in my top 5. Now, I have a couple others I need to give honorable mentions to because I do like them. I really enjoy them, and they do stand out. I couldn't add them in because he only asked for my top 5. But honorable mention to Janet Gardner of Vixen. Her range is amazing, and I'm going to be hopefully working with her in the near future, so I got to kind of give her a shout out. So, no, in all seriousness though, I do have a lot of respect for her as a vocalist. She's got a phenomenal voice, great range, and she's one of those voices that stand out in the rock and metal scene. Recently discovered on the channel, Jen Ledger. I could easily, in time, I could see her becoming one of my top 5. I could. I don't know who I would boot out, but I could easily see her becoming top 5 in time. You know, give me a couple years to really get used to her and really, you know, take her in and, you know, kind of sink my teeth in her. But I have a feeling in a couple of years, she'll probably be in my top 5. She's a great vocalist. And last, another name I'm going to mention that a lot of people are going to scratch their head and go, who? I've never heard of this person. Kaz Daly, or Dally. Kaz Daly. Phenomenal vocalist from the 40s and 50s. Just great grit. One of those female vocalists who came out and tried to almost, she even said herself, she's a female vocalist, but she wanted to take a male approach to her vocal delivery. And she does a lot of that rasp and growl and flutter, and sounds really good, man. She's got great attitude in her voice, man. You hear her voice, you hear her sing, you'll know it's her. She does a great job on her vocal delivery. Some great songs from her as well. So, hopefully that answered your Ian. So, let me try that again. So, hopefully, Ian, that answered your question.